Physical context. The physical context reflects the space around something and how that influence how you see it. So physical context refers to the space around us when we are doing a certain uh, uh, communication, we are uttering certain sentences, or we are saying something. For example, if we look at take the word or look at the word bank, it's written on a building, right? We take that this is a financial institution, right? So we do not go for the other meaning of the word bank. We simply interpret it that it's a financial institution. However, we should keep in mind that it is not the actual physical situation out there that constitute the context for interpreting words or sentences. So it is not it is not the building that actually constitute the interpretation in this regard. The relevant context is our mental representation of those aspects of what is physically out there that we use in arriving at an interpretation. It is our mental interpretation because it tells us that bank is a financial institution where certain transactions are made, where money is transferred, money is deposited, and money is withdrawn. So it is our mental representation of that building which help us constitute the physical situation or physical context of that utterance. Our understanding of much of what we read and hear is tied to this processing of aspects of the physical context. So when we read something or when we hear something, our mental representation actually help us in reaching at the conclusion that actually it means. Particularly the time and place in which we encounter linguistics expression. The time and place is very important. For example, if we find the same board in a desert, obviously we do not take it as a financial institution. And similarly, the time of the day or the night will also interpret in many other situations to reach us, to help us interpret the exact meaning of the words that we encounter. Physical context can be found by answering the following question. So whenever we find some utterance, to understand its physical context, we can put up some question. Where is it? For example, taking the example of a bank as a financial institution, obviously it cannot be in a desert. It cannot be the only building at the top of a hill, right? So we cannot interpret that if we find a bank board there, we cannot take it for the financial institution. We will have to seek more information to understand that what does actually it mean. What does it have to do with the place in which it can be found? That's very important. For example, a bank is found in a city, right? So it is rarely found in a desert. So this is very important. Similarly, there are certain things which are only found in desert, which are not found in a city. So interpret this physical context help us in interpreting the exact nature of these things, these contexts. And thirdly, what is the piece and the community in which it is found? Obviously, if we are talking about a bank, we cannot think of this that a bank exists in some very remote jungle of Africa. It is found in some urban area in a civilized society. So this aspect, whenever we hear the word, we also understand their meaning with reference to their physical context, with where they takes place, in terms of the place, the time, where at what time they take place. So all these things help us as a context and help us understand the exact meaning of the utterance.